Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you through an anti-desk yoga flow. So what that means is that sometimes when we're sat at a desk all day, certain areas of the body can start to feel a little bit achy. So we're going to try to reverse all of that. So sometimes our neck, our shoulders can feel a little bit sore if we're sat hunched over a desk, maybe even our spine, and also the hip flexors as well when we're sat in this position. So we're going to open out everything that we possibly can today. So this is a perfect practice for you if you want to just release any of that. It's great to do after a day's work, or just if you want to move your body a little bit, you can do it whenever you need to. So you don't need any equipment today, you just need a mat and some space. I'm going to try and not get hit by these curtains because it is quite windy today, but we'll see how that goes throughout the whole practice. But we're going to start lying down, so come down onto the floor when you're ready and just take a moment to close down your eyes. And we're just going to start by taking a little body scan, so just from your head, just scanning all the way down to the toes. Noticing what you can feel, noticing what you can sense, and just really allowing yourself to enter into this space after whatever kind of day you've had today, and just noticing. So you might even start to notice the rhythm of the breath as it moves in and out through the body. And just noticing how you've arrived today. And the beauty of our yoga practice is that every single time you turn up to your mat, you're a completely different version of yourself. And so even if we do the same practice day to day, it's going to feel very different in the body. So let's just start by checking in with the breath. Maybe noticing where you can feel the breath moving. Is it moving in the belly or the chest? You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest as well, just to feel that gentle movement of the breath a bit more. And we're going to start by deepening the breath. So when you're ready, let's take a nice big full breath into the belly, all the way up into the chest. And a nice slow, soft exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice deep breath in. And a slow breath out. 1 more like that. Deep breath in. Let's hold it at the top this time. For 3, 2, 1. And exhale, let it all go. Just take a moment to arrive. Just take a moment to check in with how that feels in the body. And let's start to bring a little bit of movement in. So maybe wiggling the fingers or the toes, maybe circling the wrists or the ankles. And we can take the arms up overhead, take a nice big full body stretch. And then when you're ready, let's bring both knees in. Just give them a nice little hug and maybe rock from side to side there, massaging your lower back against the floor. See if you can keep your shoulders down onto the ground. We're just going to take a little twist for the spine. So let's open your arms out by your sides. Take both knees over to the right hand side. Allow them to fully drop down onto the ground. You might even hold on to that top leg if that feels comfortable. And let's take 2 deep breaths there. So big breath in, slow breath out. 1 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Amazing. Let's bring the knees all the way back to center, and this time let's drop them all the way down to the other side. Maybe hold on to that top leg again. 2 deep breaths. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Good. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. Then let's come back to center. Bring both knees in towards your chest. We're going to bring your hands underneath your knees onto the back of the thighs, and just take a couple of rocks up and down the length of your mat until we come all the way up to a seated position. And when you're there, just close down your eyes for a moment. Let's take a nice big deep breath in and sigh it out, let it go. Take a moment here just to set your intention. So think about what you'd like to feel after this class today, maybe what you'd like to feel internally, or maybe it's something that you want to share with people around you once you finish this class. Maybe it's just to feel good, to send out some love, some joy. Maybe it's just to be present. Let's take 1 more deep breath in and sigh it out, let it go. Well done. And from there you can keep the eyes closed. We're just going to start to roll the head around in circles. So you might take full circles, or you can take little semicircles. Just see what feels good in the spine and the neck. You might notice that one side feels a little bit different to the other. It's totally normal. We've all got imbalances in our bodies, so just seeing what feels good for you. Good, lovely. Maybe switching directions, rolling around the other way. Good, nice. And then just gently bringing your head back to center, we can open the eyes with a nice soft gaze. As you inhale, let's take both arms up towards the sky, nice big stretch. As you exhale, bring your hands all the way down to your heart. Good, let's bring your fingertips onto your shoulders now, elbows out to the side. We're going to draw the elbows down, see if they can touch. They might not, don't worry if they don't. Keep them as close to your head as possible as you lift them up, back and round, so nice big circles. Let's do a couple more like that. Nice big circles, and you might get a few little clicks and cracks in here. If you do, don't worry, my shoulders always click in this one too. And then let's switch directions. So we're going to roll the other way, elbows back behind you, up and around. Nice big circles. Again, just noticing how that feels in the body. Last one. Beautiful. Once you're ready, we're going to bring your hands behind your back, just interlace your fingers, roll the shoulders away, see if you can get your knuckles down onto the ground, lift through the chest, take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to fold it forward, so crown of your head down, arms reach up towards the sky, don't worry about how low down you come. One more breath there. Good, and then let's come all the way back up. Now keep your hands interlaced. I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to take both hands over to your right hip. See if you can place them onto that hip bone, and then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. See if you can really relax this left shoulder down. Take a deep breath in there and a slow breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Good, bring your head back to the center, switch sides, so bring both hands over to your left hip this time, and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Deep breath in, slow breath out. One more inhale, and exhale. Slowly release, well done. Let's bring both hands all the way back up to the sky again. We're gonna take a nice big stretch, and then bring your hands all the way down to your heart. Good. Let's climb over into our tabletop position. So you're going to bring your hands down onto the ground, underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And let's warm up our spine. So as you inhale, look up towards the ceiling, drop the belly down. As you exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, drop the head. Two more like that. Inhale to look all the way up. And exhale to round under. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good, nice. Come back to a nice neutral spine. We're going to extend the right leg all the way out behind you and take your left arm forwards. Now from here, as you inhale, I want you to imagine there's a piece of string on your top hand and your back foot, and it's going to lift them up slightly. And as you exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee, and bring them underneath you. Really try to round the spine. Two more times. Inhale, imagine that arm and leg lifting. Exhale, draw it back in. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good, nice. Extend it all the way out. We're going to drop your hand down and just take that right foot up to the outside edge of your right hand, and we're going to lean into that hip. See if you can lift through the chest, hold it there. Good, nice. Now this time with your right arm, we're going to reach your right arm up towards the sky and open out through the chest, and then reach your hand towards the back of your mat. Good, just hold it there. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lovely. Let's slowly release, bring both hands down, and we're just going to push back, see if you can lift those front toes up off the ground. Hold it there for a breath. As you exhale, just sinking into it a little bit more. Amazing. Slowly come forwards. We're going to step that foot all the way back behind you. Let's do the same on the other side. So left leg extends out, right arm reaches forwards. As you inhale, we're lifting the arm, lifting the leg. Exhale, draw it underneath you. Two more just like that. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, draw it in. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good, nice. Extend out. Take your hand down. We're going to take your left foot all the way up to the outside edge of your left hand and then sink into those hips. Can you lift up through the chest? This is going to get that nice hip flexor stretch. Maybe take your left arm up towards the sky this time, opening out through the shoulders. If it feels comfortable, you might reach that arm back behind you. Hold it there. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Well done. Both hands down. Let's step that front foot all the way back into your tabletop. Oh, actually, we're going to come back into your hamstring stretch first. So let's push back into that hamstring stretch, drop the head, hold it there for a breath. One hamstring might feel a little bit tighter than the other. Don't worry. Good. And then slowly come forwards. Let's step that foot all the way back. Now we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, all the way up, downward dog. You might take a little moment just to pedal out through the legs. You might even take a little twist from side to side here, noticing how that feels in the body. And then find a little bit of stillness here, drawing those heels down. Have a soft bend in the knees and push the chest back towards the thighs. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Now we're going to take 3 spinal waves here to open up the spine a little bit more. So as you inhale, come up onto your tiptoes, round your spine as you come forwards into a high plank. As you exhale, bend the knees, arch the spine as you push back into that down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, round and come forwards. Exhale, bend and push back. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Well done. Let's come up onto those toes. We're going to walk your feet all the way up towards your hands at the top of the mat and just have them at hip width distance apart. Bend, little bend in the knees, hold onto your elbows and just take a sway from side to side. Good. Now from here we're going to interlace your fingers and just bring them to the back of your head just to have that nice little neck release. And you don't have to push down, but just let the gravity of the hands have that little release in the neck. And again, you might sway from side to side. Good. Let's drop the hands down, bend the knees. We're going to roll it all the way up to stand. The head is the last thing that lifts. Once you get to the top, take a nice big shoulder roll up and back. Well done. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down, forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway, fingertips to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands down. We're going to step it back into your high plank. Let's lower your knees down, bring your chest all the way down to the floor, and we're going to take your fingertips out either side of the mat, forehead down. As you inhale, can you push into your hands, slowly start to lift the head, chest lifts at the top. Exhale, slowly roll back down. Beautiful. 2 more like that. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale to roll back down. Just take your time, even if you're slower or faster than me, moving with your breath. Last one. And exhale. Good. Now this time we're going to come up once more. Come all the way up and hold it there. We're going to drop your right shoulder down. See if you can take a little turn to look behind you. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Lovely. Inhale, center. And exhale, roll it down. Good. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press back up into your tabletop position. Now from here, we're going to take your right leg, lift it up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step forwards in between your hands with that foot. We're going to reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Good, nice. From here, inhale, bend the elbows. Can you open out through the chest? Exhale, sweep it forwards. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up and open. Exhale, sweep forwards. Good. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Reach those arms all the way up to the sky. Bring your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders away. Maybe see if you can get that hand towards your back leg. Lift up through the chest. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Reach those arms up. We're going to drop your back heel down. Open up your arms into your warrior 2. Let's flip your front palm over, reach forwards. Exhale to reverse your warrior. So make sure you've still got a nice big bend in that front knee. Top arm reaches up and over. Good. Now with your top hand, we're going to see if you can hold on to the back of your head. Not the back of your head, sorry, the back of your upper back. And we're going to wrap that bottom hand around. Now if you can't reach the hand, just hold on to your t-shirt here. Or if you can reach your fingertips, you might see if you can hold onto them. From here, keep the legs as they are, but just take that lean back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Well done. Let's slowly release the arms all the way out into your warrior 2. We're going to take that right elbow down onto the thigh. Top arm reaches up and over, taking a nice big side angle pose. Good, nice. Now option 1, you're going to stay here. Option 2, take your bottom hand down to the floor. And option 3, we can bring that arm underneath the thigh, coming into your bind. Top arm reaches back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lovely. From there, slowly release. We're going to come all the way up into your warrior 2 again. We're going to cartwheel the hands down, all the way down to the floor, and then twist on your back toes. We're going to take that right arm up towards the sky. So you're taking a nice big stretch. Lovely. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, nice, well done. Both hands down to the floor. Let's step it back into your high plank. Now with your vinyasa, you have an option to drop the knees, or you can keep them lifted. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest, coming up into a deeper back bend this time. And exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's hold it there for a couple of breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. One more like that. Breathing in, breathing out. Well done. Let's move into our second side. So left leg is going to reach up to the sky this time. Deep breath in. As you exhale, can you step that foot forwards in between your hands at the top of the mat? And we're going to sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Let's take those little flows with the upper body again. So again, don't worry if you wobble. Inhale, bend the elbows, open out through the chest. Exhale to sweep it forwards. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, lift up and open. Exhale, sweep forwards. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Amazing. Reaching those arms all the way back up to the sky again. We're going to bring your hands behind your back. This time interlace your fingers and see if you can switch the way that you interlace. So it feels a little bit strange. Roll the shoulders away. Can you get your hands towards that back leg, open through the chest? Deep breath in and out. Well done. Release your hands back up into that high lunge. We're going to drop your back heel down and open up your arms into your warrior 2. Let's flip your front palm over as you reach forwards, and as you exhale, back hand onto your back leg, top arm up and over. We're going to come into that little shoulder stretch again. So can you take your top hand to your upper back? Back hand wraps around. One side is always tighter than the other. This is my tighter side, so don't worry if you have imbalances here. Wherever you are, deep breath in and a deep breath out. Well done. Slowly release the arms back into that warrior 2. We're going to take your left elbow onto your left thigh. Top arm reaches up and over. Take a nice big stretch. Lovely. Deep breath in there and a slow breath out. Good. From there, coming all the way back into your warrior 2. We're going to cartwheel your hands all the way down to the floor, framing that front foot, and turn around on your back toes. And this time your left arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. Well done. Both hands down, step that front foot back. You can either take a rest here in your child's pose, or you can move through that vinyasa again. So just listen to what your body needs. Coming back wherever you are into a child's pose or a down dog. And let's take 2 deep breaths. Deep breath in, sigh out. One more, breathing in and out. Now wherever you are, drop the knees, take them wide, come back into your child's pose. And from here, just begin to notice how you feel after all of that movement. How does it feel in your body, your shoulders, your mind? Notice how you spoke to yourself. Can we let go if we were negative to ourselves, if we were harsh on ourselves? Can we start to bring that compassion in and be kind to ourselves? Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh out, let it go. Well done. Look forwards. We're going to come up into a tabletop position, and then we're going to come into our puppy pose from here. Let me just get this little spider off the mat. We're going to come into our puppy pose from here. We're going to walk your hands forwards, melt your chest down towards the ground, but keep your hips nice and high. Let's take 2 deep breaths there. Now, if you can't breathe in this position, you might have come a little bit too low, so you can lift up a little bit. Otherwise, this should feel nice and stretchy on the shoulders and the spine. One more breath. And exhale. Well done. Look forwards. We're going to slide it forwards onto your belly now. Coming down onto the elbows and coming up into your Sphinx pose. If you've got any issues with your lower back, or if this doesn't feel good, just walk your hands forwards a bit and it can feel a bit nicer on the spine. Otherwise, elbows under your shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, can we turn our head to the right? Inhale back to center. Exhale, can we turn our head to the left? Good. Inhale, center. Let's roll it down. Now from here, we're going to take your left fingertips onto the ground in line with your left shoulder. Right arm reaches out to the side in line with your right shoulder. Let's bend your left leg and we're going to roll over to the right hand side. So this is opening up through that shoulder. You might be able to bring your left leg down to the ground. We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths there. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing how that feels in your spine, but also the shoulder, the upper body. Good. One more breath. And exhale. Well done. Come all the way back. Take your time to come all the way down. Release that shoulder. Bring your right hand in this time. Left arm reaches out to the left hand side. This time bend your right leg and we're going to roll over. I'm going to try and not fall off of this yoga deck. And bring that foot down. Relax the head. So don't worry if your foot doesn't touch the floor. That's also fine. Just come into a position that feels good for you. And again, taking those nice deep breaths, just allowing the body to slow down, to soften. Noticing how that feels. Breathing deeply. In and out through the nose. Yeah, let's take one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Well done. Let's come all the way back nice and slow. Bring your hands under your forehead and just take a moment to release any tension in the spine. We're going to bring your hands underneath you and wrap the elbows in once more, coming into that Sphinx pose. Now we're going to come into a little funky twist from here. So we're going to take your right knee out to the right hand side as high as you can. Your left arm is going to come underneath your right arm. And you're going to see if you can grab a hold of that thigh. And we're going to roll off, roll onto your back even. I'm going to really try and not fall off of this platform. And open your right arm out to the side. So you're basically rolling onto your back. You want to try and get this right shoulder down to the floor, but keep holding onto that thigh, coming into our twist. And let's just allow the body to slow down here. Taking a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Every time you exhale, just softening, releasing. Breathing deeply. Allowing the body to find stillness, to let go. Notice how it feels to be still. Let's take one more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Well done. Slowly, let's roll back the way that we came. So roll all the way onto your belly again. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Take a little moment there just to release any tension in the hips. Now we're going to do that again on the other side. So hands down, come onto your elbows again. We're going to take your left leg out to the left hand side. Right arm comes underneath your left arm. See if you can grab a hold of that thigh. And we're going to do that little roly-poly onto your back again, opening your left arm out to the left hand side. Again, try to get that shoulder down. Even if that means you have to lift up this knee, that's totally fine. Find that position that works for you and then close down the eyes. Watching the flow of the breath as it moves in and out through the nose, softening and releasing. And just becoming aware of that movement of breath as it passes in and out through the body. Can you allow your body to be heavy on the ground? And can we take 2 more deep breaths here? In and out through the nose. Beautiful. And this time, instead of rolling onto your front, we're just going to roll onto your back and see if you can shuffle yourself back onto the mat if you've rolled off of it. Give your knees a little hug and maybe rock from side to side, just massaging your back against the floor. And then for these last couple of moments, you can just take any little pose that your body needs right now before we come to stillness. So you might stay here, you might take a happy baby, pressing your knees either side of the body. You might come into a completely different pose. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to move here. Just wiggling it out, moving in a way that feels good for you. Good, lovely. And then whenever you feel ready, just start to release the legs down, Release the hands, release the arms, coming into your Savasana. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out, let it go. Can you close down the eyes? Soften that space in between the eyebrows, soften the jaw, the arms, the legs, heavy on the ground. I'd really recommend you pause the video here if you want to take a longer Savasana today. Otherwise, just take a moment here to close down the eyes in stillness. You've got nothing left to do, nowhere else you need to be. Give yourself permission just to be here. And again, if you have enough time today, I'd really recommend you stay here for as long as you possibly can. Otherwise, just start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe circle the wrists or the ankles. And we could take the arms up overhead, take a nice big full body stretch. And then rolling onto one side when you're ready, take a little moment against the floor just to check in with how you feel physically, any changes in your body or in your mind. And in your own time, pressing yourself up to a seated position. Take your time to get there. There's no rush at all. Moving nice and slowly, and maybe keeping your eyes closed if you can. Once you're there, just rest your hands on your legs. Take a nice deep breath in. And sigh it out, let it go. Bring your hands together. Notice this energy you've created. Being grateful for yourself for showing up today. Grateful for your body. And then keeping your eyes closed. When you're ready, just bow the head down. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me in that wonderful flow today. Hopefully our shoulders and our spine and everything just feels nice and open now. Hope you enjoyed the practice, guys. I will see you all again soon.